Well, guys, and welcome back to House Edge. We are talking NFL Week 17. Man, it's almost over. How you doing, Bert?
Yeah, two more regular season weeks. Absolutely crazy. We're both kind of killing it in NFL. I almost had another perfect week in a row, but I think the only loss was the Jags and the parlay, which parlay missed by two legs. The Cardinals and the Eagles, they both kind of laid an egg.
Yeah, and that Eagles win was, that Eagles loss was a hurt piece with Jalen Hurts getting out with concussion. But I'm happy to catch the +3 for the
Right.
Commanders. But yeah, we're talking NFL Week 17. I can start us off. We're taking the Chiefs -2.5 versus the Steelers. The Chiefs got to get that final win to lock in the number one seed. After Saturday, the Bills won't be able to catch them. And the Steelers have been on a slight little slide on their offense. Russ has played good for quarters and halves, but not full games. I think the Chiefs pull this one off.
Yeah, I almost took the Steelers in this. I think George Pickens is back, and turns out he's like their entire offense. As soon as he went out, they turned to trash. And I think the Chiefs, they've just gotten by too close, except this last week. This last week, they looked like they were in control the entire time. But at Pittsburgh, I think they'll have a hard time. Pittsburgh also playing for the division title as well. So stay away from me this game.
So, I'm also going to be taking the Seattle Seahawks -3.5 versus the Bears. I really don't understand this line. I see this about at least a touchdown, 6-point game for the Seahawks. The Bears have been bad on offense. Even last week, two turnovers, two quick fumbles. I think they're going to lose out for the rest of the season.
Yeah, I have been saying that for like 10 weeks now. They're going to lose out for the rest of the season. And if they lose every single game, that'll be 11 straight losses. Pretty unbelievable feat. Um, but I'm with you on this. If I had to pick a side, I'm definitely taking the Seahawks and the points. The Bears just they're terrible.
And we also have a common play in the middle of this. We're going to take the Chargers -5.5 versus the Patriots. I think the Patriots last week they played well against the Bills. There was going to be a little bit of a hangover from that. I also like that Chargers rush offense against the Patriots rush defense. I think it's a matchup nightmare for the Patriots.
Yeah, it's a playoff clinching scenario for the Chargers here. I think they're going to take it to the Patriots. Patriots played a little bit better than they were supposed to this last week against the Bills, and I think they'll disappoint this week against the Chargers.
Exactly. I'm also going to be taking the Cardinals +5.5 against the Rams. The Rams have been on a little run, winning 2 games in a row, sitting at the top of their division, but they haven't been too impressive in those games. I mean, the Jets is a bad team, and they struggled for them for about 3 quarters. They almost scored no touchdown. They scored no touchdowns in that 49ers game, even with the rain. That's kind of unacceptable. I think the Cards can hold this in by 5.5.
Yeah, I'm taking the Rams to win this game outright, which that could be within the 5.5. That is a lot of points, but the Cardinals, their season ended last week in terms of going to the playoffs, so I just don't think there's going to be enough in it for them. And Kyler, just another mediocre season, being a mediocre quarterback that not very many people are talking about. He's kind of trash. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, you got to do a little bit better. We gave you Marvin Harrison Jr., man. Like,
Marvin Harrison Jr. has been very unimpressive this year. He's
you
getting
got
like
the best
two,
tight end
three
in the
catches a
league.
game. Yeah. Yeah. I give him that. I'm the best tight end in the league. Plays, I'm going to be taking the Lions -3.5 versus the 49ers. The 49ers don't have enough on defense to handle the Lions
Yeah.
offense. They're putting up 40 points a game. And that offense isn't that impressive to take over on the Lions' weakness, which is their defense right now because of the injuries.
Yeah, I'm. This is a common play, and I don't understand this line. They just lost to the Dolphins by way more than this. I mean, the Lions should take care of this, and this is a meaningful game for the Lions. That NFC race is close.
Yeah, the Lions have to win every game to hold on to that number one seed.
Right. Moving on
So that
to
rounds all my straights.
Yep. For my straight plays, Christmas Day game, I'm taking the Ravens 5.5 over the Texans. The Ravens are peaking at the right time. I think they're going to take the division clinching spot over the Steelers after the Bengals beat them in Week 18. But the Texans, they lost Tank to one of the most gruesome injuries. I
Yeah, that was wild.
Yeah, that was really, really hard to watch. Hope he gets better soon, but it's looking tough for him. 5.5 points, not enough for this Ravens offense, and the Texans have looked very, very mediocre.
Yeah, I agree here. I don't think the Texans have enough on offense with the receivers out. CJ Stroud is kind of slumping on that sophomore slump. Ravens, I take him to win this game.
Next, I'm taking the Falcons plus 4.5 against the Commanders. The Commanders, they play well against the Eagles, not so well against everybody else. I'm trusting Michael Penix too. He looked really good. I mean, he learned in his first game never to throw the ball to Kyle Pitts, and why nobody throws the ball to Kyle Pitts led to his first interception. But now he knows better, and I think the Falcons could win this outright. They control their own destiny in their division, while I don't think the Commanders are going to take over the top spot in the division over the Eagles. I think they're playing for that wild card spot, which is already pretty much locked up for them.
Yeah, this one I'm going to have to disagree with. I think that the Commanders could think this out and win by 5 or more. Michael Penix did play well last week, but it was against the Giants. That shows us that he's at least average. But I think the Commanders are a really good team this year, and they'll win this game.
We'll see. I hope I can squeak out a Commanders 3-point win or something. But I also need the Falcons to win this division as well for a side bet. But moving on to the last play, I am taking in that Seahawks Bears game over 43.5. Despite the Bears record, Caleb's been really, really good lately. I think he's like 19 touchdowns, 1 or 2 interceptions, and he's getting close to breaking the record for most pass attempts in a row without throwing an interception, which is pretty crazy as a rookie. So I think both teams are going to put numbers up on the board. 43.5, way too low. I was expecting this to be closer to 48.
Yeah, I like this play. I think both teams can definitely put up some points. I like the Seattle rush behind Kenneth Walker and Zach Charbonnet. So I think this can cash here.
That rounds out all of our straight plays. Moving on to the parlays. I'm sticking with the 4-leg money line parlay. Seahawks over the Bears, with you there. Bengals over the Broncos, must win to keep their season alive. I think they're going to get it done. They do well in must win situations. Rams over the Cardinals. I just don't think the Cardinals have enough in the tank to care about this game to win. And Eagles over the Cowboys. I mean, the Eagles are not going to lose 2 games in a row this late in the season. Plus 306 for all those.
Yeah, I like this. Bengals are definitely the favorite in that Broncos game. Seattle's going to beat the Bears. I think the Rams squeak it out, even though I don't think they cover. And yeah, the Eagles aren't losing 2 in a row, especially to the Cowboys. Yeah.
You changed your mind about the Bengals last week, betting against them when they're the favorites. I don't see the Broncos on your list this week.
Yeah, I just gotta let the minus 1,200 ride.
Yeah.
2 weeks left.
Yep. Everything's gone my way.
Put out by the Colts, though. You can win them all, and the Colts win them all.
I think, you know what I think is going to happen? I think every single thing is going to go our way. I think you guys might lose to the Giants in New York this week. I think the Dolphins will lose 1 game. I think the Broncos will lose out. And then I think we're going to lose to the Steelers in the last game of the season to put the nail in the worst season of all time coffin.
Just to make it just so cruel.
Yeah, just give us that last shred of hope. Get us all the way there. And then the last thing that needs to happen, fail to do that. That sounds like the perfect Bengals experience to me.
I wish I could say that I don't hope that for you, but I kind of did.
All right, what do you got?
I'm going to a teaser plus 6.5, trying to get back on the winning ways with these parlays. We got a 6 leg teaser. We're taking the Ravens +1 versus the Texans, Panthers +14 versus the Bucks, Dolphins is basically a money line against the Browns, Cowboys +16 versus the Eagles, Colts -1 over the Giants, and Jets +16 over the Bills.
I would agree with you on every single one of these sides, except I would flip which side I take in Jets Bills on the
My thought
teaser.
process behind the Jets Bills is that the Chiefs are going to win on Christmas Day and make it impossible for the Bills to get the 1 seed. Josh Allen has a hurt hand. I think they sit him because they can't get anything higher than the 2. And the Jets win.
Classic 2-for-1 bet. I like it. Yeah, I mean that was the only one I had any issue with, and you just explained your way out of it. So that's good
So
for
that
plus
rounds out our
400.
plays.
Yep.
Yeah, 400.
All right. Yeah, that's you heard it. That rounds out the plays. Good luck second to last week in the NFL, and we'll see you next week.
Like I'm subscribed, guys.